Hey everybody, John Swift on the walk today again. Trying to get some exercise because something really stressful happened recently. Well, a big change. I quit my job, and something I'm trying to think. I've been there for like 10 months, and I guess it feels like a big relief because of all the shit I had to put up with. The horse shit, the stupid managers, the supervisors that think they are some kind of big shots and they like to push you around. And at my age, I'm just like so done with that kind of bullshit. By the way, we're downtown again, Sarasota, just in case you were wondering. I don't even know what street this is. Probably First Street. Anyway, so what it came down to is that I was just tired of the job. The reason I got the job at the store was because I needed money, and we've all been there, you know. I mean, that's why we all work, right? Because we're not independently wealthy, or you know, we haven't all got money to burn, and fortunately I do have money in the bank, which is really good. So to get down to the business, what kind of happened is I had been working in a part of the store that I didn't like, and just fed up with people's attitudes and the way the place was run. And I think my part of my thing is that when I feel like I'm smarter than the managers and the people that run the store, I just get really frustrated really easy because they do dumb things and they run things in a dumb way, and it clashes with my philosophy on how things should be done. Because of course in my mind I know how I'm like the person who's like, oh, I know how to do that better and that kind of thing. I know you guys don't care about this, but this building is finally getting finished. This is part of the Memorial Hospital, some kind of administration building. I just noticed they put all the trees in over here along the building. Used to be the paper, the City Herald Tribune paper, and so I'm not trying to gloss over anything, but I'm not trying to like shit on anybody in particular. But it was just. It's a corporate thing, and I'm tired of people giving me shit that are stupid. This is what I probably have a problem with. If I have a smart person that maybe has a point to what they're saying, then I can understand somewhat of their point of view. But when you got these idiots and morons and dipshits that are put in positions of management and supervisory roles, and they don't know shit, they just got there by default because they were the only ones left. Everybody else quit. And that's what happens when you work at a shitty company, is the people who stick it out the longest get the management positions. And they're complete pieces of garbage, a lot of them. And some of them are really nice, actually. I got along with a couple people in management that were just cool, chilled. And then there's the psychotic people that need to be hospitalized. I mean, literally hospitalized, because they can't have a personal conversation with somebody or a business conversation without being insulting and belittling and disrespectful. And that's the kind of thing that really fucking pisses me off, is when somebody just belittles you and talks to you like you're a 10-year-old school child. And I think part of the problem is I look a lot younger than I am. So people think I'm like a 30-year-old or 20-year-old kid, and I'm not. And it gets really old when people take advantage. Most people want to look younger, but it has its drawbacks when you look like a younger person and people don't respect you. Because I'm in my middle-aged, getting toward middle age now. And I expect people treat me middle-aged, but I don't get treated that way because people don't know how old I am. Or they assume that I'm a young kid, and that kind of shit pisses me off. A lot of stuff pisses me off, and I'm sure you can relate to that because the world has a lot of factors that just have the ability to piss you off. So anyway, so what happened is I had been feeling like every day I go to work, I'm just like, I don't even know why I'm here. I don't enjoy working here. I just have to drag myself to work. I just hate it. And the typical thing is you want to get another job and then quit your job and then transition to another job. And that was my plan, is to sort of wait it out a little bit, find something I like better, and then transition to another job. And it sort of didn't work out that way because I came into work one day, and I would just say this super bitch. There's like bitches and there's like super bitches, or even the cunts. So sorry if you're offended by the word. I apologize, but there's a different level when it goes from a bitch to a C word. That's another level of super bitch. So anyway, this super bitch, let's just call her Wendy, came in. I come into work and she's like, I want you to do this, put this stuff back, and put this away. And then I was working for like a half hour, and Wendy came over and it's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm putting stuff away. And then it was one of these things where I told you to do this, and this is not what I told you to do. I told you to get that cart and do this, this, and this. And I just started feeling like I knew this was going to happen. There's something inside me that was telling me something was going to happen. I just had a funny feeling because I usually don't work with this manager. Wendy usually works a later shift than I do, so I usually don't have to work with her because she's a super bitch. And as soon as she started doing it, I just felt something like the clock was ticking down. And she was like, and I said, well, the store manager told me to do it specifically this way. And she goes, well, let's just say her name is Denise. I said, Denise told me to do it this way specifically. She said, Denise who? And I'm like looking at her and I'm thinking, are you completely insane? And I said, she told me to do it this way. This is the way I'm supposed to do it. She goes, well, Denise isn't here, so you need to do it this way. And you know how sometimes it's difficult to replicate the tone of a super bitch, because I don't know that I have the ability to completely imitate her. But a super bitch when you see one, they just have this scowl and carry themselves a certain way, and she walks like sticking her butt out, and it's just like you can if you're one of those people who are perceptive, you can see a super bitch coming toward you from any direction if you have that ability to pick up on that type of thing. And one of the first days I ever worked with her, she said something really snappy to me, and I haven't really worked with her much since then. Thank God, because I never would have made it as long as I did. So anyway, so at the end of the conversation, it was sort of like I didn't lose my temper and say, oh, fuck you, I'm leaving. But it was like, I want you to do it this way, and that's the way you need to do it, because I told you to do it that way. That's my super bitch impersonation. And then I just sort of, without saying much, pushed the cart over next to the wall, went to the clock out, which was I think within her vision, which was really classic. Now this wasn't rehearsed, it was just it just sort of happened. And so I pushed the cart, went over to the time clock, clocked out, walked by her, and I said, I just clocked out. Just walked out the front door. And the funny thing is I left my bag that I bring with me a lot of times in the other side of the store, so I had to walk around the other side of the store from the outside to go get my bag. And I think it was a pretty good fuck you, because sometimes the best fuck you is to be quiet, is to just not say anything. I mean, the classic, take this job and shove it, I ain't working here no more, or fuck you, take your job and shove it up your ass. Somehow it doesn't, for me, it's not as satisfying as just saying, in my way of saying is just being quiet and just saying, you're a piece of shit, I'm clocking out now. That's kind of the way I think I conveyed that, is I loathe you and hate you so much, I'm just gonna clock out and leave. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. So I've quit a few jobs in ways like that where I've walked out. I think I really can't really think of this one particular job, but sometimes I just didn't show up for a job or something, or I called and I just said, hey, I'm not working there anymore, or whatever. I think it's like, in my philosophy, it's like, if you show that somebody that you're pissed, they got the best of you because you're like, okay, fuck you, I'm leaving, then they know, they have a satisfaction to know that they got to you. But if you don't say anything, and like I said, this is just my personal philosophy, you're taking it to another intellectual level to say, you can't bother me, I'm just gonna leave. And you can go put the shit away that I was doing, and you can go do that fucking job because I'm not doing it. So in a way, that was satisfying. Like I said, it wasn't planned, it was just something I had been thinking about. Just quitting in a normal way, like I'm giving my 2 weeks, or I'm not working here no more, yada yada yada. A container of toothpicks. These things are always confusing, like you have to look where you're crossing. Do I want to cross this road, or do I want to cross this road? I think I'm going to cross this road, but there's nobody coming. Anyway, I could have made it more dramatic and said, okay, you can take that cart and shove it up your ass or whatever, and yeah, I could have done it that way, but I just didn't, it wasn't premeditated. And sometimes when your anger level or your frustration level goes through the roof, you just sort of do what you do. Like if you're frustrated in a store and somebody pisses you off and you're just like, well, you're rude, and you know what I mean, and you're spouting off, and you're not consciously, or you're not logically processing. Anyway, so like I said, I got a few bucks in the bank. I'll be fine. But there's something inside me that monkey's off my back. There's the weight that's been lifted from this crappy job that I was working. Like I said, it's just for money. I make some money on YouTube, not enough to sustain my bills, but it's sort of like a bonus. And it can be anywhere from $100 to $200. I mean, it's been lean because of the COVID thing. The advertising has gone down, and it's just now starting to come back. For some reason, I guess because businesses were affected, they couldn't afford to advertise on YouTube, and then thus the prices of the ads went down, and I was making like $50 a month or something ridiculous for all the videos I put out and stuff. It was like really ridiculous, but it's starting to come back up, which is good. And it seems like look at this green car. Why does that green car have a green light on it? Osprey Dental. A green vintage Bug with a little like a police siren, but it's green instead of being red. That's cool. And here's a dog. Anyway, thought I'd just fill you guys in on that. Thought that was an interesting anecdote. It seems like I'll be able to get a job in the next week or 2 or 3 weeks, whatever, and it'll be cool. But sort of getting that off my chest is cool too. And like I said, the stress relief is, since I quit, has been really good, and that was like 2 days ago. So I'm just sort of still processing that, and I think I'm good. I think I'm really good, and I hope you guys are good too. I always hope you guys are good, and hope you're staying healthy and free from this stupid virus. Hopefully this is going to be over maybe by 2021. And I hope you have a nice Halloween. Hopefully I'll see you before that. If not, love you guys, and thanks for watching.